So I've pushed aside all the products that I'm going to be using still that I need to finish. And then I have all the products that I finished on the left side in this bag and then some out here. So let's start off with all the items that I have finished on the left. So as you can see, I have 2 empty bottles here. And the reason why I left them out of the bag is because I want to reuse or repurpose these bottles. So first I have this Lawless lip plumper that I got for free at Sephora as a free sample because I purchased something from this brand, but then I ended up returning it. So I just kept the free sample. I did like it. I wouldn't purchase it in full size, but I do want to keep the container because I think it's very handy. I can use it for lip products that I want to take on the go or take traveling. And I like the applicator as well. It's just really cute and tiny. So I just want to emphasize, when you finish products, you can definitely reuse the container. And I've done that a couple of times and you'll see it throughout this video. So this is the Lawless lip plumper, but the sample size. And then this is an empty travel container that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I had my glycolic acid in it. The ordinary glycolic acid, I think it's about $10 or so for the really large bottle, so I like to separate it in these spray bottles. I spray it in my hair, I spray it on my back, I spray it on my armpits to neutralize the body odor under my armpits. So it's really multifunctional, and I like to kind of have little separate bottles for different purposes. And I brought 2 while I was here in the Philippines. I forgot to say that I'm here in the Philippines for the past 9 months and I'm actually leaving soon. So by the time this video comes out, I think I'll already be gone. But I have obviously finished a lot of products while I've been here in the Philippines. These are all the things that I finished while I was here in the Philippines. It's not every single thing because I did throw out some of the things while I was traveling. I don't want to carry around any empty products. So these are products that I brought home with me or brought with me from home, and then also products that I've purchased here in the Philippines. So it's just a mix of different things. So let's just start off with this whole bag. So I'm just going to start off with what I find first. So this is a little travel size body lotion. It's called Body Milk, and I actually got this from one of the freebies at the hotel in Switzerland because I did go to Switzerland for my birthday this year. So I flew from Manila to Switzerland and I met up with my family there, and I took home a bunch of these little Body Milk travel lotions from the free toiletries section at the hotel. So I have a lot to go through, but this is the first one that I finished. And then we have the e.l.f. Primer Grip, Power Grip Primer. And as you can see, there's a little bit left, a little tiny bit left. Maybe I could open it and use it still, but I'm kind of just over it. I don't really like it. This is my second container of it because the first time I thought I liked it, and then after using it the second time I just don't like it because I don't really need it, I guess. So it was really hard to finish this. I got this in 2022, so it's been over 2 years now. Then I have this travel container of the CosRX Snail Mucin Gel Cleanser. I got this from a set at Ulta, and it's just a bunch of little travel sized products, skincare products from this brand. And I really just wanted to try the Snail Mucin Essence, but I hated it. So I'm going to give it to my sister because she likes it. So I think I finished all the other products from that set except for the Essence. But yeah, this is a cleanser that I used while island hopping and traveling throughout the Philippines, and I finished it and I liked it, but I don't think I'll purchase the full size. Oh yeah, here is the other item in the set. So this is the CosRX Snail Peptide Eye Cream. It's just a basic eye cream. I wouldn't repurchase it full size or anything. So I'm just glad I had this really cute travel size eye cream to take with me while traveling. And then I see the other product. So there were 4 items in the set. Like I said, I didn't like the essence, but I did use this item as well. This is the all-in-one cream. It's a moisturizer. Again, pretty much everything in the set was okay. I'm just glad I had these as a travel size skincare set. so that I could use it while island hopping around the Philippines. But once again, I would not repurchase this or purchase it in the full size. Okay, I also have toothpaste, of course, and I don't even know why I included this because toothpaste is toothpaste, and this is just the one that I brought home from America, and then I brought it here to the Philippines. But I was using a bunch of different toothpastes. Like, I was using my parents' toothpaste when they visited, my sister's, my aunt's toothpaste, my tita's toothpaste at her home. So that's that. That's just toothpaste. Let me just leave it on the ground. And then I have this Anessa sunscreen. I hate this sunscreen. Whoever said it was like the best sunscreen on the market, count your days, because I bought like 3 different Anessa sunscreens from Japan last year, and it was just terrible to use. Like, I have the spray one, which I also reached Pan or emptied here, but then I threw it away because I was traveling. So I used that as like a body spray sunscreen. And then this, I was using this on my face, but it was making my face so pale and white that I started using it for my body, and I prefer it on my body, but I'm just so glad that I'm done with it. And I realized I also don't like milk consistency. I thought it was nice at first, but I don't know, something about this, maybe it's the formula of this SPF facial sunscreen, but something about how it sat on my skin, it just didn't feel good for me. And like I said, it just felt like I was getting more and more pale, and I was losing so much color on my skin. Like, I just felt like I was getting whitened, and I don't know if there's any whitening ingredients in this, but if you're worried about that, or if you're worried about like it leaving a wet cast, because it does leave a wet cast, then this is not the sunscreen for you. I much prefer the Biore like sunscreen, the blue container from Japan. And then I also bought the gel sunscreen of this, and then I didn't like that either on my face, so I used it for my body. So essentially all the Anessa sunscreens I hated on my face, I just use it for my body. So that became a lot easier to finish because obviously I use more product on my body. Then I have the Not Your Mother's curl cream. This is from Target. It's just the travel size, super easy to finish. Again, I like to cut it in the middle, and then kind of slip it back in to close it. So usually I just like scoop the rest of the product with my finger, so that I don't have to like transfer it to another container. I just have like this little technique so that it closes and it doesn't get a bunch of lint or dust in it. Here I have the Sunsilk and Cream Silk shampoo and conditioner duo. If you're from the Philippines or you've ever visited the Philippines, then you know these are very popular hair care products. You can find them anywhere at any grocery store or pharmacy, but I just picked them up because they got the job done, they're convenient, they work pretty well, but I wouldn't purchase it to take home with me in the States. I would just only buy it here while I'm here. And I also finished the green set. So I finished 2 sets of this duo. Then we have here the Sunny's Face sunscreen gel. And I don't like this product. I thought I did at first, but it really just makes my skin look so oily, greasy, and sweaty, not in like a flattering way, not in like a dewy finish kind of way, and I just don't like that. I have normal to dry skin, so this is definitely not good if you have oily skin, but I can see myself using it more at the beach or at the pool because I'm sweating and swimming. Overall, I feel like sunscreens, facial sunscreens should be more versatile, and I wouldn't repurchase this. I actually am not technically finished with it. I had to just transfer the remaining product into actually this container here, this e.l.f. cleansing balm container. And this is finished obviously because I had to transfer the product into here. But I do really like this makeup melting cleansing balm from e.l.f., but I don't want to support them anymore. I don't want to buy from their brand. So I had stocked up on other cleansing balms here, like from Issey or Tevion. And I do like the Issey one so far. It does remind me of this cleansing balm with better packaging. And of course, I'm still going to use the container though, because it comes in really handy, as in this situation, because the pump wasn't reaching like the remaining product that was sitting at the bottom. So I just cut it in half to open it, and then transfer the product. What else? We have this hand sanitizer gel from Bath & Body Works. My mom gave it to me and I finished it while we were in Switzerland, so this was pretty easy to finish. And then I have another like curl cream. So I think I brought 4 of them in total. So the other one I did throw away, and then the 4th one I am still currently using. And then we have the Innisfree sunscreen, and this is a sunscreen that I've repurchased I think 3 times now. This is my 3rd container of the sunscreen, and it's in the new packaging. I miss the old packaging, but whatever. It's SPF 36, which actually is probably not as good because I should probably be using something that's stronger, especially here in the Philippines. But I do still like this sunscreen because it leaves a glowy finish and it just feels really nice on my skin. It doesn't feel drying at all. It actually feels like it's hydrating my face. But anyways, I probably wouldn't repurchase this anytime soon because I did buy some sunscreens here from a Japanese brand, from a Korean brand, and then one local Filipino brand. So I would want to get through those first before buying this again or thinking about buying this again. I also have another sunscreen. This is a travel size sunscreen from the Hero brand at Target. It's their super light sunscreen, SPF 30. It's just a travel size, so there's 0.34 fluid ounces in here. And I just kind of kept this as like an emergency sunscreen, but then I realized I had it for quite a while now, since like 2022, so I wanted to finish it up. And I also don't like it as much, and I would prefer to carry like a sunscreen stick instead of applying it with my hands. So I just used it like as a regular sunscreen before stepping outside instead of like an emergency sunscreen in my bag. But yeah, it's whatever. I wouldn't pay for it again or repurchase it. Then we have this Nivea body milk that I got here in the Philippines. I like the consistency of this a lot. I love body milks or body serums. I just feel like it feels really moisturizing but also not super heavy like body butters feel, and this is perfect for humid weather like in the Philippines. So I did like using this. I don't know if I'll repurchase this because I did buy this other lotion that my sister wanted to buy and try, so I also want to try it, but I don't think I'll repurchase this to bring home to the States, but I'll definitely purchase it when I'm here in the Philippines. We have yet another facial product. This is the Drunk Elephant Bronzy Drops. I love this stuff so much, you guys. This is my 2nd bottle. As you can tell, this is the OG packaging, and I did purchase a 3rd bottle in the new packaging, so it takes quite a while to finish. Actually, I'm not even done with this. I've had this for so long, and I did cut it open and I transferred it into this little tin container. This was actually like an everything balm that I got for free at a restaurant in Long Beach called Heritage. They made like their own homemade balms, and I used it on my cuticles, on my nails, so that they could stay moisturized and hydrated. But the balm is now finished, and I just transferred the remaining product that was sitting at the bottom into this container. So I really want to finish the remaining bronzy drop product before I go to the States. So let's keep our fingers crossed. I need to be more diligent about using this. And the thing is, like, I do love this product and I like using it, but I think what made it difficult to use here in the Philippines was just the fact that I sweat so much here, even on my face, so it's kind of discourages me to wear like makeup on my face. So this is technically just like a bronzer that I just apply all over my face to match the color of my face to the rest of my body, because my body is more tan than my face. So yeah, this is, you know, something that I do love using. It's just a little harder to use here in the Philippines because I sweat so much here. Moving on, we have this Billie Eilish perfume. I love this perfume. I love the packaging, but it is so inconvenient because it's so heavy. Like, it's not practical for traveling, but I did want to finish this while I was here in the Philippines. So I just love like vanilla gourmand scents, and I really loved this perfume. I don't think I'll repurchase it because I am still kind of exploring the perfume world, and my sister bought me the Nest Madagascar Vanilla Fragrance Oil, which I love. I love a fragrance oil, and I kind of prefer that more than a spray. So I want to finish that before I can even think about like repurchasing this or purchasing other perfumes from the Billie Eilish line, because I know she does mainly like gourmand vanilla scents, which I love. So far I am liking the Madagascar vanilla perfume or fragrance oil, but yeah, this was also really nice. And then I had the matching, the matching lotion. This was okay. I definitely wouldn't recommend this or repurchase this. As you can see, I also cut this one open. It was just okay. Like, it didn't really moisturize, and I felt like the scent was pretty faint, so it wasn't really worth it. But I did have the travel size of the Billie Eilish perfume. I had 2 of these, and I think I threw away the other one. I did finish it. I think I finished it while I was here, or I may have finished it last summer before I came here in the Philippines, but this for sure I finished here, as you can tell. And yeah, it was really nice and convenient to have a little travel size container of the perfume that I was wearing. We're down to our last few products. Let's grab these over here. So I had the Miel rosemary oil that I was using to oil my scalp, but I probably won't repurchase this because I kept trying to force myself to like this, and I think this is my like 2nd or 3rd bottle, but I just realized like it's not working for me, and I just need to stop giving this a chance for me and my hair. So it works for other people, just didn't work for me, and everyone was like raving about it. And I also heard that the formula was changed, so they reformulated the ingredients of this product, so maybe that's also why I wasn't seeing a difference. But everyone has different hair types, so this just wasn't for me, and I will not repurchase it. Then I have the Nivea deodorant. I love the Nivea deodorant, the rollerball ones here in the Philippines, and I think you can also get them in other countries like in France. But I love the glass container. I love how it applies, how it smells, how it dries down on my armpits. And I bought a lot to bring home with me to the States. And I'm still finishing up one, as you can see in the back over there. But this is the full size of the Nivea Pearl and Beauty antiperspirant deodorant. Then we have another fragrance. This is the Nux perfume. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's from Paris, but I got this as a Christmas gift from my tita and tito, and I finished it while I was here. It just kind of smells like a rainforest, like very naturey and outdoorsy. But I sprayed this pretty liberally and I was able to finish it, and I do like the bottle. For scents, I wouldn't say it's my favorite scent. I do have the other one in like the gold container, and I have that in the travel set. I got it in Paris a while ago, so I really need to finish that too. But I like that fragrance more. It's more florally and girly and feminine. This is more like granola girl vibes, I want to say, but still pretty feminine. Then we have this makeup setting spray that's also an SPF. I got this from Japan last year, and it was just convenient and easy to just spray and then walk out the door. So I would use this even when I wasn't wearing makeup or anything on my face, because it was just convenient to spray SPF on my face. But this is this brand, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it has SPF 50 plus PA plus 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 plus. Yeah, and I just like that it kind of smelled powdery too, so it had a very light fragrance. But I'd probably repurchase this, but it's in Japan, so I need to figure out when I'm going back to Japan. So this is a pretty good product. We are down to the final 3 things. First, we have this Faded Topicals like lightening cream. Like, it helps to lighten or remove any hyperpigmentation and dark spots. So at first I was like applying it as like a spot treatment, then I started seeing people apply it all over their face, so then I started to do that, and I think it really does work. But I got the smaller size. I would probably repurchase this because there are some spots on my face that I do want to lighten, like dark spots from like pimples and things like that. So I do want to give it another shot. People complain about the smell of it, like smelling like rotten eggs, but I really didn't mind the smell. Like there is a smell, but rotten eggs, I don't know if I would describe it as that. It isn't the most pleasant smell, but it isn't like terrible, like where I couldn't use it. And the smell kind of disappears too after you apply it. It's just the initial application where you can really smell it. And then we have the Therese and Honor eyelash and brow serum. I love this stuff. It really does grow out your lashes and your brows. I've put so many people on this and it works for them as well. And I love that it doesn't contain any harsh chemicals like a lot of lash serums do. But this is probably, I want to say, like my second bottle of this, and then I have 2 more that I'm currently using. So the first one that I purchased, I gave it to my mom for her to try, and then this is the second one that I finished while I was here in the Philippines. And then I have 2 other ones that I purchased that I brought with me because I wanted to make sure I didn't run out of it. And then the last product I purchased here in the Philippines, but it's a Japanese hair oil from the brand Fino. I went to Japan last year and purchased the Fino hair mask because it's super, super popular there. And then I didn't know that they had a hair oil, and I wish I bought it there. But I do really like this hair oil. It's just a little bit more expensive here than how much you would pay in Japan. So I wouldn't repurchase it here. I would purchase it in Japan. And yeah, this is a pretty lightweight hair oil. It smells pretty great and makes your hair look shiny. So I do really like this hair product. So those are the products that I have finished. Now moving on to the products that I'm almost done with. So I have this Nivea travel size deodorant. As you know, I love the Nivea deodorants. And I have a very, very tiny amount left. I like to let it sit like this first so that I can use every last drop of it. And then I have this travel container of my CeraVe facial cleanser. So I just transferred it into this bottle before I left. So I've been using this pretty much my whole time here. Like if I'm not using the travel size container of the CosRX while island hopping, I'm using this while I'm here in Manila. And as you can see, I still have a little bit left. So that was basically 9 months worth of product. And you know, little goes a long way with this. So I really like it. It's a gentle facial cleanser. I would repurchase the CeraVe facial cleanser. Here we have the EOS Shave Cream. This is in the Vanilla Cashmere scent, the super viral Vanilla Cashmere lotion, but in a shaving cream. I just love how it smells when I'm using it in the shower, and then the smell, the scent that it leaves on your skin after you finish shaving, after you finish showering. It just smells so yummy and delectable. I love it. I still have a lot left to go, so I'm not going to finish it here in the Philippines. I'm definitely gonna aim to finish this by the end of the summer. So it works pretty well. I don't know if I'll repurchase it simply because I really want to move away from shaving. So we'll see what happens. Then we have this Japanese hair care line that's super popular in Japan. I bought their hair mask in Japan last year, and this was, you know, everywhere in Donki, in the pharmacies, in the groceries. So I bought a hair mask and I do really like it. I love the scent, and I'm probably not going to finish it while I'm here in the Philippines, so I'm going to bring it back with me to the States. And then the shampoo and conditioner, I bought these while I was here. I'm definitely going to try to finish it here in the Philippines. And then we have these products. So we have here a moisturizer gel. This is a skin conditioning gel from Japan. And at first I didn't like it on my face, so I stopped using it on my face and I started using it on my body. Then I realized I liked it on my face, so I started to use it on my face again. And it takes a while to finish this huge tub because I did transfer some product into 3 small containers. So I'm technically not done with that. I know I can finish the remaining in this big tub while I'm here. I don't know if I'd repurchase it. I think when it comes to moisturizer on my face, like facial moisturizer, I haven't found the one that I really love, so I do want to continue experimenting and figuring out which product is best for my skin type. But this will do for now, and I think it was pretty affordable in Japan. We're down to our final 3. So I have Aquaphor, and I was using this as like a regular lotion in Switzerland because my skin was getting so dry and crackly. And Aquaphor is just so multi-purpose and so convenient and also effective. So I like to use it like on my lashes, I like to use it on wounds, I like to use it as like a lotion to moisturize my body. So I probably am gonna finish this before I go back to the States. And then we have my different gel. So this is a type of retinol, I believe. So this is my first time using one. This is the first bottle that I purchased. I do really like it, but I also want to try other products because I don't like love it. I do really like it. I have a small travel size container still that I use when I was island hopping, you know, here in the Philippines, and I still have a good amount of product there, and a little goes a long way, so that's why this has lasted me for so long. And I probably won't even finish this until I go back to America because it looks like very little, but trust me, a little goes a long way. And for someone who is kind of new to her skincare journey and is trying to figure out what works for her, this is a good place to start. It's adapalene gel. So I would just recommend do your own research before trying this out. There are so many helpful YouTube videos, very informative TikToks, and also just blogs or Reddit threads. Finally, we are at the last product. This is my hypochlorous acid that I got from Amazon in a pack of 2. So it comes with 2 bottles of 8 fluid ounces, which is a lot. And I love this stuff. I would repurchase it. I think it was less than $20 for the pack of 2. I think it was around like 15, and I actually tried returning it because I thought I wasn't gonna like it, but then Amazon just told me to keep it, so I technically got these for free and I love it. I will repurchase it though, but I did buy some hypochlorous acids here in the local market. So with the first bottle, I finished that here, but I actually messed up. So I transferred half of the product into a container that I had previously used for a fragrance. I did wash it out, but I guess I didn't wash it well enough. So I believe the leftover fragrance was irritating my skin, so I had to just dump out and waste half of that product because it wasn't working for me. And then once I transferred the other half into another like clean, unused like spray bottle, I started noticing a huge difference in my skin. I have normal to dry skin, so washing my face in the mornings can really strip my skin out of its natural oils and really just dry it out even more. So I love spraying this first thing in the morning on my face. And it's just great to use after the gym or after a day that you've sweated so much, or throughout the day while you're sweating or while you're out in the beach, things like that. So it's really nice to have like an antibacterial spray, and also while traveling, you know, while you're on an airplane, it's really nice to have this handy. And I 100% think that this is worth it, especially this particular brand from Amazon, because you get 2 huge containers in one pack for a really affordable price. That was everything I wanted to show you for this video. Most of my product empties while I was here in the Philippines. Like I said, there were some products that I wasn't able to keep because I threw them out while traveling, but they're mainly sunscreens. So yeah, this is the bulk or the majority of all the things, all the products that I was using here in the Philippines. And then we have the products that I'm almost done with. I'm likely gonna finish half of them here in my last few weeks in the Philippines, and then the other half in the States when I return, because I still have quite a bit of hair mask and shave cream left. But this is just my almost done pile. And yeah, that was everything that I wanted to share with you, all my progress on Project Pan, and I will keep you updated next time. Bye!